It's now time for What's Hot. This is where we talk about the stories that have everybody talking.
And today we're joined by local blogger Rochelle Fritsch, plus Jeff Wagner is back with us. President Obama will be in Waukesha tomorrow to talk about the economy at the General Electric facility. But the mayor of Waukesha will not be there. Jeff Screema says he turned down the White House invitation because he doesn't want party politics to get in the way of his job. Should the mayor attend the president's speech?
Yeah. I think there's a matter of respect. The President of the United States has come into your town, yet yes, you should have gone. But that's not what this guy's biggest error was. Okay, he not only decided that he was going to stiff the President, then he goes on to say, well, I think Barack Obama is an extremist. Then he goes on to say, and by the way, I don't go to Walker events either because I think Scott Walker is an extremist. He has managed to now, I think, alienate people on both sides of this issue. He's up for re-election in April. I think this decision alone and his comments have probably cost him the election.
Well, you know, I don't think he should have made those. If he had left those comments out, I could have felt for him, because it's like, you know what, if you're just standing by your principles and you're sick of the political rancor and everything that's going on, and you're saying as a mayor, I don't want to be in the middle of this, that's one thing. But when you tack something else on like that, now you've politicized it. And you said you didn't want to politicize it.
Is he crazy as a fox here, Jeff? I mean, he's trying to chart this middle course. Yeah. He's thinking something that most everybody in the state thinks, that one of these two guys is an extremist. Okay, here's the but now you've alienated both sides. See, here's the deal. If I were the three opponents, I would be, out with something tomorrow saying, and by the way, they've all said that they would have gone, saying I would have gone, and maybe Waukesha, this is a very heavily Republican area. I would have been saying, hey, I voted for Governor Walker, all this type of stuff. I just think he's, the middle of the road is a very bad place to be sometimes, because you end up getting run over. I just think this was just a bizarre decision on his part. And plus, I do think it is kind of a matter of respect. This isn't a political event. This is a, hey, we're celebrating some success. Governor Walker is going to be there, for goodness sake. I would have gone and had my picture taken with the president, even if whether you agree with him or disagree with him.
It's like, inviting someone comes over to your house and you're like, I'm not going to be at home, I'll just leave the door open for you. It's like, maybe you should be there. Say hi.
Look, I've been really fortunate. I've had the opportunity, I have not met President Obama in person, but I've had the opportunity to meet every president since President Reagan. And some I agreed with, some I didn't agree with. But still, if you get a chance to go to the event, shake their hand. It's a great thing to do.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Politics aside.
Hey, Jeff, I've got a line for you from my reporting childhood when I was working in Madison. A state lawmaker, I'm not going to name him, best line ever: I didn't get bow-legged from riding fences.
I got to think that one through here, but yeah, you might hear that on the radio someday.
Coming up next, we're going to reveal the viewer's choice topic of the day.
And Brian Goddard will be back with the choice topic of the day.
We've regained our composure. Rochelle Fritsch is here. Jeff Wagner from 620 WTMJ is also with us.
Here's my beef. I'm the one that's supposed to generate the YouTube moments on Live at 3, not Brian Goddard.
You've been upstaged.
So, no kidding.
He's a machine. What can I tell you? Today's viewer's choice topic: a Florida music teacher out of a job after being accused of throwing a shoe at a third grade student. No word on what may have led to the shoe throwing. No other students were hurt. Should this teacher have been fired? I want to tell you a story about my Catholic school days. I had a teacher send an eraser sailing across the room, pegged a kid in the side of the head, and nobody said boo. Oh,
as long as we're telling these stories. 7th grade, Riverview Middle School, right up here in Glendale. Our 7th grade science teacher, he used to chuck erasers all the time. This is back in the day where he had the chalk and stuff. If you were doping off in class, he'd fire this thing over, hit you. Now, it never happened to me, but it happened to no. But it would hit people in the side. Chalk would go flying.
The white cloud of dust from that contact. It was beautiful.
I like how both of you are describing this, but no, it wasn't me. This other kid got hit.
It's always the other kid.
But once you see it happen, I tell you, you don't pay it. You don't be talking and stuff. But it is interesting how times change. Nobody got hurt by that. The kids didn't go home and complain to mom and dad. Mr. So-and-so threw an eraser, because chances are what would have happened at home would have been different. Now, now they go home, they complain, and the teacher gets fired. I have issues with her being fired. Nowadays, you don't throw shoes. I get that. Maybe you just talk to her, though.
I don't know, because we had an eraser throwing teacher too.
We all went to the same school.
Parochial schools.
And nobody threw it at me. But we didn't complain about it. But you know what? Now I'm a mom, and if my daughter came home and said her teacher threw an eraser at her for something she did, she would face some discipline from me for sure.
Okay. A shoe?
But I don't. Could be. No, but I don't know that the teacher should still be in that position.
See, but here's how things have changed. When we were in school, if we came home and said, Mom, Dad, teacher threw an eraser at me, it would have been, what did you do that deserved an eraser being thrown at you?
Right.
But and you know what? The teacher would have beat you to the punch anyway because they would have already called your parents and you would have been going home like, I didn't do anything.
Totally true.
All right, lightning round time.
All right. Is it time for Disney to make a movie where a princess marries a princess?
A columnist says she wants to see children's films reflect the diversity of families in America today. Is Disney ready for a gay princess?
And that is the key question. Is Disney ready? It's not about us being ready. It's about Disney being ready. Right. My thing is, Disney has tried to give us non-traditional princesses before, and their problem inherently in all of these portrayals is that they bend over backwards to show us that the princess is different. So, I mean, go back to Milan. This was her first Asian princess. She couldn't have just been a regular princess. They had to set the story in China, so we understood. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine, she couldn't just be a regular Middle Eastern princess. She's got to have Alibaba and the genie and on a flying carpet. Until Disney can just present non-traditional princesses as people, they shouldn't even try it. We're ready for it. I don't think they are.
Well, right, and again, it's sort of this business decision. I think, you know, right now, you know, Disney is deciding, okay, for the market that we're going to try to go after, the 6 or 7 or 8-year-old kids or whatever, we don't necessarily need to wade into this thing. I think you're right. If they decide there's a market for it, that's fine. I don't think bloggers should be telling Disney, hey, we need to have, you know, Princess Charming and Princess Charming. They'll decide when it's right to do that.
If somebody out there thinks that there's money to be made in a film like this, they're going to do it before Disney gets to it.
As long as they, you know what, if they want to do it, just do it correctly. Don't be condescending. Don't be patronizing. Just show them as people.
All right, the What's Hot discussion will continue online. Find that page at tmj4.com/hot.
What's coming up?